On October 21st, I received an email through my internet server, and it had to do with Judge Bertrand. Okay? And what I'm going to say is, it came through my internet server that only I get email from e-policing. I do not use that email service whatsoever for anything. I gave it to e-policing on October 6th of 2008 because my AOL service was not accepting e-policing mail. I am using my server that provides me my service for my internet, and the only people that use it is e-policing. I feel that my email was compromised and was given to a Democratic candidate. When I am a registered Republican, I object to this. So I would like it to be addressed by the town board of how my email address is now associated on the Democratic ticket. And I would like an answer in writing from the town board. And like I said, it has no reflection. I do not believe 1 second that anybody in Chief Snell organization gave out my email. But somebody has made access, found access to this email of my service provider.
You are the
my
second,
name?
No. You are the second person today that I have received this information from. And as I had said, I personally have no idea, but if it's possible for me to find out, I will, as I had said.
Well, I used to work for Verizon, and I want to tell you something. When Verizon didn't give out my email.
I understand, and I understand.
And so someone in the town of Cicero has accessed your database and has given out my email address to another a party that I'm not affiliated with. And I have received phone calls to my house, which everybody's making phone calls. And I received this in the mail today, and I didn't mind getting this in the mail today. Did not mind getting this in the mail whatsoever. I did mind the fact that it showed up in my email address that strictly I use for e-policing alone. I have never received any other mail in this, which is my confidentiality has been exposed now. So
you're talking about your AOL account?
No.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you what it is. It's my Verizon.
Yeah, I received a email on, I believe it was Saturday, regarding the same incident. We immediately began an investigation. We believe we will have an answer very shortly for the town board on how this may have occurred. I spoke with Judge Bertrand immediately after I received the phone call, and I was promised that no more of such material would be sent out until we could decide what happened. The day that it was sent out, I believe, was on a Thursday.
The 21st.
Yeah, I think it was a Thursday. Yeah. But it is impossible to come from our office due to the fact that Angela doesn't work on Thursdays, and she is the keeper of e-policing and sends it out. But we will, believe, have an answer for the town board very shortly on how this occurred.
Thank you, I appreciate that, because
and I
appreciate it. You are.
Well, I got to tell you something. I worked for Verizon and many years ago, and I retired. And I changed when Verizon sets up your account to use your name at Verizon.net. Well, I want to be a little different, and so I changed my address, which I can do. I'm allowed to do that. So I made it special. So no one had it. No one. Verizon couldn't sell my email to anyone. No one could get it except me. And I gave it to you. And I have been receiving, I have every email that this group has sent out since day one of e-policing. Every single email. And when AOL started messing around with it, I called Angela up and that's when I switched over to my Verizon account. So I would like to know why my email was compromised, that's all.
Well, I think too is we provide, when people sign up for e-police, it's no doubt in my mind that in any way, shape or form, it was compromised by the chief of our police department. Now, whether or not some other information got out there, I don't know. But when people sign up for e-police and it's confidential, they expect it to be confidential. I don't have access to it. None of the board members have access to it. And to compromise that is, I would think, almost criminal in nature. If somebody is tampering with our system, so I know it's going to be investigated by the chief of police. I would also ask perhaps even the Onondaga County District Attorney's Office to look into the matter.
Well, it's alarming to me. It's alarming to me that, you know, I mean, if you give out this information, especially, you know, to a police department, that it's not accessible to other people. And it became accessible. And my name now is on a list to the Democratic Party when I'm a registered Republican, and that's my annoyance. Okay?
Well, Ms. Hamilton, I'll make a motion that we ask the Onondaga County District Attorney's Office as a town board to look into this matter and cooperate with Chief Snell.
Okay.
Can you hold that motion until next meeting, as we're right in the middle of investigating this, and we believe we will have some answers for you, like I said, very shortly to answer this, and then we can determine whether or not it needs to go to the District Attorney's Office. It is not associated in any way, shape, or manner directly with the police department. But I believe we do know where it came from, but we need to solidify and make sure that we have all the answers and dotted all our i's and crossed our t's.
Okay.
So,
I understand that, Chief, and I know you're doing your due diligence, but I think it's an issue that's very sensitive, and getting them on board now, maybe there's nothing to it. However, I don't know
that's fine if
how
what
it
you want.
hurt.
I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying it may be more helpful for them if they had the information right up front, but it's whatever you want to do out here.
I would like the board to consider my motion.
Well, I would just like it,
Thank you.
the answer
Thank
to
you.
me.
Thank you.
I would just like it to come back to me how this happened.
We're going to look into that.
I
and
just don't want,
supervise it.
you know, I don't want a whole bunch of garbage coming into my house that I, you know, right?
Thank you very much. Do I have a second to my motion? Do I have a second?
Yeah, I'll second the motion. Wait a minute, Roy. I'll second the motion. I'll second the motion and just ask, you know, that we defer coordination from Chief Snell until he does complete his investigation when he's ready to turn over the case to the DA.
If necessary. Thank you.
If necessary, yes.
Yep.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Jennings?
Yes.
Ms. Simbrano?
Yes.
Mr. Coral?
Yes.
Ms. Boyke?
Yes.